So just how many games does it take to get good at your chosen wargaming system? One of the things that we explored last week in terms of Tactica was this idea that with any wargaming system, I recently in the past year have jumped into God Tier. Fantastic, fantastic game. There's a learning curve. Yes, I bring a lot of wargaming Tactica knowledge with me. A lot of it is spilled all over in my head, just trying to remember all these different rule points. But at any time when you approach a new game, you're really starting at that base level. And the natural question, of course, what we want to do and what I've focused on my tactics pushing out there, ways we can accelerate that learning curve, ways that we can look and say, if I just played 100 games and got to this point, what can I do to get it down to 80, 70, 60, 50? Maybe by listening to some vlogs, watching some Tactica, and implementing it. But at its core, regardless of the strategy, you're going to have to put that time in. You're going to have to play games. Now, this is a great thing because it's a lot of fun to play war games. We've got miniatures to collect. We've got scenery to build. We've got Tactica. We've got interaction. We've got narratives that we can explore. So I've never felt like it's a grind. It's been a passion. It's been something that I want to play. So looking and saying, wow, I'm going to get a ton of games in, like, let's just do it. Let's just start playing. But naturally, my goal is to win, not only because it's a war game and it's a narrative, but winning is the easiest way to validate your tactics. Obviously, if you're doing something correct, you're going to win the majority of your games. Now, sometimes your opponent is trying to do something and they make a lot of mistakes and you happen to win through that. Other times, and I've had it happen both in narrative play and in tournament play, and believe me, I'll take it for tournament play. I'd like to say I'm a great tabletop general, but honestly, for real, the dice really helped me win. There's one tournament round 3 that just my opponent had flawless tactics, but he's just rolling ones for every armor save. He's hitting nothing, and my dice were on fire. I mean, look, I'll take it. It is what it is. But for the most part, if you win, if there's 10 games and you win the majority of them, it's because you're doing something correct on the table. So we use this idea of winning to validate as we progress and as we move forward. So how many games does it take to win a couple of games here and there and feel like you're on the right track with tactics? I feel if I had to throw a number out there, I feel there's a number that's out there, and then it's like plus or minus on a couple of modifiers, and we're going to look at one of those modifiers. I'd say about 20 or 25 games to really get to that place where I can win, where I can utilize some tactics. Now, along the way, of course, I'm allowed to look up the rules. You're allowed to look up the rules. Some of us, my one friend, he just reads the rule book and he has it memorized. So when there's a question, we'll ask him, and he's like, page 64, this and this. I'm okay with the rules, but again, there's so many additions of rules, especially with Warhammer 40,000, that just I have to sometimes think or I sometimes forget. But you can always look stuff up. You can always go back to the rule book and look stuff up. What's important is having a flow, understanding a flow of how the rules work. Now, what's going to increase or decrease those games? And I'm using God Tier as an example right now because I think for about 8 months, 12 months, we've been playing God Tier. I jumped in and my friends jumped in. We've never played God Tier before. All of us, 0 God Tier experience. Being part of a group and playing games, and that group could be 3 or 4 people, it could be 10 people, it could be an established club, an established store, it could be virtual, you're over a simulator. Depending on the group's experience, that will accelerate your experience or make it a little bit harder. What I mean by that is we're jumping in with God Tier. None of us have any ideas with the combos or the different war bands, exploring the different missions. We were learning together. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when you have friends learning together. But we were all at that same pace. We were all at that same place. If you are in a situation where, say you're jumping into Warhammer 40,000 and you're part of a group where there's veterans, you're the young blood, you're the neophyte, but there's veteran brother captains and veterans that are playing the game, they are in a different place. By playing with them, by playing against them, by getting their feedback, they're going to pull you forward. They're going to catapult you forward quicker. Because as you play the games and you lose in the beginning, you're going to look and say, well, what are they doing to win? What combos are they doing? What mission tactics are they doing? You're going to see effective tactics and be able to directly model them. So when you're part of a group that has experience and you can tap into that experience, that cuts down that learning curve tremendously. When you're part of a ground floor startup group, we're all making mistakes. We're all looking at buffs. We've got some great ideas. They work out. They don't work out. It's a lot of fun. It's a different type of fun. And I've enjoyed the God Tier journey tremendously. But from that perspective, it takes a little bit longer. So I'm going to turn this over to you guys, that system that you're established in, or if you jumped into a new wargaming system to explore, how many games does it take? How many games does it take for you to become proficient, to get to a point where you're starting to regularly win games and you're starting to really kind of represent on the table?